Welcome back to the Last Generation podcast. For this episode, I got the chance to sit down with two men who are using media in distinct and interesting ways. Adam Ramden with his Lineage series, who's using new media to reach a young audience with the message of the history of the Adventist Church. And John Bradshaw, who's using legacy media to reach the world, the mainstream audience, with the message of the gospel. It was really an interesting talk, and they both had insights about how we can continue to stay unified as a church and as a body in these times where we're seeing more and more division. So hopefully you guys enjoy it, and it was definitely enjoyable for me.
Okay. So we are here at ASI. I'm very happy to have Adam Ramden here with us from Lineage. Very excited. Also, my brother in terms of an alumni at Heartland, where I'm currently attending. So, just getting started. First of all, what did you take at Heartland, and what was your experience like at Heartland?
I took the major at the time was called PE, Pastoral Evangelism. I'm not sure if they still call it that.
That's what I'm doing now, yeah.
They still call it that, Pastoral Evangelism. I enrolled in January, a long time ago now, 1998. Wow. Graduated in September 2001. So I was there for about 3.5 years. Overall, the experience was good. At Heartland, made some really great friends there.
Awesome.
And colleagues in ministry that, we still,
Still get on.
Still get on, hang out, and go back and forth with today. So yeah, it was a really good experience in that sense, and good preparation for ministry.
Awesome, awesome. And speaking of ministry, obviously you're well known for the Lineage series that has come out, going over the history of Adventism and Christianity from a perspective that can reach a younger generation. Tell me a little bit about how that started. What was the motivation for it, and what are you guys doing now?
It started about 6 or 7 years ago. The motivation for starting it really was twofold. The videographer who approached me said, there's no good quality content online. And we need to create some good, high quality content that's, that's professional. And so he's like, we need to do that. My kind of angle for it was, people aren't reading. So that if we can translate these written chapters on John Huss and the Waldensians into a succinct video, at least that's better than them not getting anything. And so if we can, and it may draw them back to want to go and read more detail later on. So really a chance to kind of make the older resources in today's language, and also to make something professional and something that looks good, that people of any background would look at it and be like, yeah.
Now, were you surprised with how it's taken off, or did you kind of see that this was going to be something that would connect with people?
No, surprised. I don't really have any background in video or film or anything. And so we did the first episode and released it. I was just like, oh, wow. That kind of,
that's awesome.
I guess it filled a niche or something that people didn't have. And it really just kind of, the first episode, and back then the algorithm on Facebook was much better. Now we get obviously a lot more views on YouTube than we do on Facebook. But back then the Facebook algorithm, the sharing, and it just kind of, that first episode just blew up, and we're just like, wow.
Awesome. And what are you guys working on now? What's next? What are you trying to get people connected to?
Before, do you mind just fixing the shirt? Wow.
That bit there?
That bit right there?
Do we have to start all over again, or are we good? Okay.
You can start from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so what are you guys working on now? What are you, what's coming in the future with Lineage, and what are you doing in ministry?
So we've just filmed a series on 1888. That's a 12-part series on that time period of Adventist history. So it's kind of specific, niche Adventist topic. And then we've also just finished filming a series on women of Christian history.
Awesome.
And we did that because women often don't get as much coverage as the male reformers, and some of them is the wives of Martin Luther, or the wife of Zwingli, and what impact did they have on the Reformation or the husband's ministry. So we've done 22 episodes on that. We're really looking forward to that getting out, and a lot of people are excited about that one, and we're excited about that one getting out as well.
That sounds very exciting, especially because Adventism has always pushed women forward in ministry. They've had such a major role in the history of the Adventist Church. And yet that's something that can relate to the entire Christian world. So that's exciting. I'm sure you guys will have a lot of success with that. That's a perfect segue, though, speaking of 1888, because we are literally now in a time where we're seeing so many of the things that were happening in 1888
happening
again.
Yeah, and Sunday laws then, and
the Sunday law. We see Project 2025. We see the situation, Trump's recent almost assassination, which many people say, if that had happened, would have ended in a civil war. We're seeing so many things in terms of the world stage, with prophecy being taken and people speaking about Israel being prophetic and building another temple. I've heard people saying Jesus is going to be walking along in Israel, and there's so many false interpretations of prophecy. Why is it important that we get out the true message that we have, the three angels message, especially now?
I think it's especially more. I mean, you mentioned Israel. From my look at, in some ways, evangelical world in America has got a completely wrong view on Israel in prophecy, an incorrect view, I believe, an incomplete view, where they view Israel as the restoration of the nation has been central to end time events.
Yes.
And that, I believe, even has an impact on, not to get into too much, but into U.S. foreign policy and government funding and all of those issues. And that, when you study the Bible and you realize, there's different Israels, and we are the Israel today. The church is Israel. You realize it's fundamentally important to be able to study the Bible correctly. Because you can pull these verses out of context and be like, Israel's going to be restored. Whatever. But no. But if you look from Genesis to Revelation and study it in detail, then you realize it's a lot more complex and a lot more comprehensive and makes more sense than people think. So, deep Bible study or comprehensive Bible study, or understanding these end-time prophetic apocalyptic events are very important, that we don't get off and the influences of other areas of our lives or our nation as well.
Definitely. I'd like to also just take this opportunity to just encourage people, if you're more interested in learning about prophecy and things that are happening in Israel, we have a great issue, All Eyes on Israel, Last Generation magazine. You guys can check that out. So you had a chance to speak here at ASI. Is this your first time speaking at ASI? What was the experience like? And are you going to be doing more speaking engagements at major convocations in the future?
It was my first time speaking at ASI. I haven't been here for a long time, so it was my first time speaking here. What was it like? It's always nervous when you speak, especially when you're speaking in a larger than normal stage. And it's a little bit intimidating sometimes to speak on the history of an organization to the people from the organization.
I can imagine.
It's like, you're from here, and let me tell you where you come from. But it was good. It was a blessing, and it seems to have been well received as well. And in terms of the future, just happy to speak wherever the Lord leads, and wherever that is.
Awesome. Well, that's it for today. Is there anything with Lineage or with your own personal ministry that you would like people to know, or how they can reach you, how they can get in contact with you?
Sure. Lineage, if you're interested, go to our website, lineagejourney.com. Okay. People can reach out to the contact page or on our social media page as well. At Lineage Journey is a handle across YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all of them. So, all right. We're available online.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. Really respect your ministry, and it's just great to see a former Heartland attendee out there doing, very important things for the Lord. So
it's important. I think we need as much, in this day and age, we need as much new, different types of content as possible. Yeah. And so those who are watching, if the Lord lays upon your heart to start a ministry, whatever it may be, we had no idea where Lineage would go, that it would keep on going 6 years on or 7 years on. And I think, sometimes the best ideas aren't formed in a committee, they're just organic. And they start on the ground with passion and a burden, and you just go as the Lord leads.
Well, I think, just you saying that actually makes me think it would be a good kind of segue to just talk about, we have programs at Heartland now that they didn't have when you were there as a result of many of the things that some of the graduates have done, like Christian media ministry. Obviously, we always had pastoral evangelism, but they also have Bible work and Christian education. And so there's some more programs that people can access to gain skills. If they're like, how do I start a ministry on media? How do I do these things? They can go and get educated in that and not have to go the longer way. And they can learn from some of the things that you can, your people that like yourself who have given back to the school. So again, thank you for joining us. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
And hopefully see you again soon. Now we are here today. I'm very blessed to say that we have Pastor John Bradshaw from It Is Written, someone who has reached millions of people at this point, who has won many, many people to Christ through your programming. It Is Written has been a staple in Adventism. I see you have a long line here at ASI. Every time I see you, there's a 10-person line waiting to take a picture or say hello. How did your relationship with ASI begin? And how has your trip been this time? And what is it that you're here to do for It Is Written?
Oh man, we've been around ASI for years and years and years, but It Is Written as a ministry has been a fixture at ASI conventions since forever. So we believe in ASI, we support them. ASI, what is that? Encouraging people to share Christ in the marketplace. So we're all about that, we agree with that. So it's great to be here to support ASI, fantastic organization. It's interesting too, I've met people here from other ASI chapters around the world. Some places they're just getting started. I want to really encourage them in any way that I can, my limited way. But we want to be here to support the convention, to encourage others in their faith, to let people know what we're doing at It Is Written. So we have a booth and people come by and we're sharing about our VBS and our evangelism training TV programs and so forth. So yeah, this is where we want to be. Oh. First weekend of August every year.
Awesome. Yeah. And a little birdie told me that you actually did some intros for some Bible studies, I believe, on ASI's website, and that you were involved in that, doing some voice work for them.
Well, we just recently produced a series of Bible studies with ASI. Right. I wrote them. Well, I wrote the Bible part, and other folks wrote the health intro. So there's these studies are a little different in as much as they encourage people to study about the biblical principles of health from lots of different angles. So if you know someone who's into health, this is an easy way to ease people into Bible studies.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's new just within the last year.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it's great.
It's so great that you get to work with them on a practical level and just support them here. A great segue to where I'm coming from, obviously, where I'm with Heartland and also representing Last Generation Magazine. We're really focused on health at Heartland. That's one of the things that we have. We have our lifestyle center, our cancer treatment center. Why is it so important, especially right now, to talk about the health message, to use the health message in order to bring people closer to Jesus?
You'll tell your doctor anything. You just will. You'll tell your doctor anything. That person who says, tell me where it hurts, you'll tell them. He or she says to you, you got anything else going on? You're an open book. You'll tell them everything. Because when it comes to health, you're vulnerable. You only have one health, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Destroy your health, you're in big trouble. Lose your health, you want to get it back. So when you come close to somebody, and I'm not pretending to take the place of a doctor, don't mean that. But when you step into that place and say, there's a way we can minister to you physically, it reaches people when they're vulnerable. They tend to open up to you because now they trust you. You look at Jesus' ministry, what got him in trouble? It wasn't just his teaching. It wasn't just the fact that he didn't go to the schools. It was when Jesus started healing. Man, that got people's attention.
That's right.
And Jesus' ministry was really more healing than teaching. The two went hand in hand. So medical ministry is really important because it gives you an opportunity to touch people in a profound way. You told somebody some true thing in the Bible. All right, that might have helped them. They might not think it's helped. That might have blessed them, maybe not. But you help somebody physically. You have helped them. You don't help them with some point of truth in the book of Revelation and now they argue with you. You help them. You help them reverse their diabetes. You help them with their blood pressure. You help them because they had a headache and you put their feet in a couple of buckets of hot water and now they just feel as good as they ever did. You help them lose weight. You help them with some principles. You help get them back on the right track. You've helped them with their health, with their body, with their life. It's there's a reason we've been told it's the right arm. Medical missionary work is the right arm of the three angels' messages.
That's right.
You get to help people in profound ways. We've helped the blind to see, as it is written. Now when I say blind, people who are blind because of cataracts. We've helped the blind to see, we've given them their sight. We've conducted medical missionary work with a lame walked again.
Wow.
It's a great story. It's a miracle story.
Wow.
Where the sick have been restored. You know, you do that. Number one, it's disinterested service. You just want to do it because you want to do it.
Yeah.
We've been in countries where our dentists, part of our medical missionary team, have just remade someone's mouth.
Wow.
And the people have said, by the way, I want to know more about Jesus, or I'm a Muslim. but I want to be a Christian now and follow your God. Powerful.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the sky's the limit.
Yeah, we had our issue, do you need a health revolution? And we love to promote all the things you're talking about, the medical missionary work,
Yep.
The health and lifestyle, allowing the natural, evidence-based natual health remedies.
Yes.
To
I like
help deal with people.
I like the way you said evidence-based too, because there's evidence.
That's right.
And lots of evidence.
That's right.
You don't want to get cranky. You don't need to get cranky.
That's right.
But you really don't need to get cranky.
Yeah.
But just bringing the evidence-based, recently, numerous news outlets, just in the last few weeks, showed that the majority of cancer can be avoided if we follow lifestyle principles.
right.
You've heard that, you've read that. Now, I read that years ago, but it just keeps coming back around. It keeps coming back around. So we've got evidence-based principles.
That's right.
That'll revolutionize people. I like that. Health revolution. That's good.
Thank you.
So this is Last Generation magazine.
This is Last Generation.
Yeah, people ought to get that.
Yeah.
They ought to get that.
Thank you very much. And I want to say this while it's still on my mind, because we were talking before, and you are a supporter of our church.
Oh man, yeah.
You believe in our church, that our church is a church that has something that is needed in the world today.
Absolutely.
And a lot of attack has come upon our church.
Yeah.
I don't need to get the waters muddied with the details,
Yeah.
but talk about why it's important that we support our church.
Oh, the Bible tells us that the church is the apple of God's eye. I once read where someone wrote this, the person wrote, weak and enfeebled though it is, the church is the one object upon the earth upon which Christ bestows, in a special sense, his supreme regard. It's God's church. I don't want to tear it down. I don't want to weaken it. I want to build it up. It's what we call people into. So while you're over here setting fire to the church, complaining about the pastor and the regional leadership, the area leadership made a decision and you don't like that and you're baring your fangs, and now you're going to bring people in. I mean, this is incongruous. It doesn't work. Now, about that. So do we ever have leaders make decisions that, they might take that back if they reflected on it? They ever make decisions that are not very smart? Oh, I was just talking to somebody. Don't ask me what this is, because I'll never tell you. I was just talking to somebody about a church leader made a decision. Oh, it was awful. Affected a congregation.
Oh, mercy.
Took authority he shouldn't have taken. He'd probably do that differently next time. But here's the thing. Some people want to say, oh, this is evidence that the church is Babylon or blah, blah, blah. No, it isn't. It's evidence that the church is run by people like you and me.
Yeah.
Faulty people.
Yes.
Probably few of them are ready for translation.
Yeah.
Faulty people. The battle isn't with church leaders. The battle isn't with the church organization. The battle is with the devil.
That's right.
And he knows us well, and he knows how to manipulate us and press the buttons that we allow ourselves to be manipulated. And so that plays out in the church sometimes. Sometimes the church board makes a bad decision. Sometimes the pastor believes something that you don't believe. And I'm not trying to smooth it over and say this is of no consequence. Sometimes it's of great consequence. But how do you relate to that? Are you going to be part of the problem, or are you going to be part of the solution? We want to be part of the solution. It's God's church, work to build it up. Don't tear it down. There's someone who is warring with the church, went to make war with the remnant of her seed. That's the devil.
That's Satan.
And when you go to war against the church, very clearly you're identifying as one who's on the devil's team. So you don't want to do that.
That's the purpose that I shared this with you earlier. The purpose for me in doing this podcast is because I believe that at this time, more than any other time in the church, we need unity.
Yeah.
And so as long as you're a member in good standing of the Seventh-day Adventist Church and you're doing a work out there, whether you're on the far right, the far left, or anywhere in between, this is a place where I believe people can have their opinion. And those opinions aren't always going to agree with me.
100%
but
right.
I believe in allowing our membership to have a platform where everyone can speak and we can all listen and make decisions based on the Holy Spirit's guidance.
I've been around a while. I've been watching this for a while now. I can say that. I've been around the church a little while. I've seen people out on the far right moderate, come back to center, whatever center is. I've seen people out on the far left wake up one day and go, oh, this doesn't work. And they've grown. I'm going to say grown because I don't think the far left is a very healthy place to be. And they've grown and they've grown.
Yeah.
So here's what we've got to understand. You go to church on Sabbath, who's there? Bunch of broken people.
That's right.
So what do you want to do? You want to help them up.
Yes.
Too often we want to help somebody out. Help them up, whoever they are. People moderate, people change, people grow. Everyone is a child of God. So I've got to treat you like a child of God. I see you coming to church looking like some guy who just, I don't know, just got picked up on the side of the road. I go, you know what? He's at church.
Yeah.
I see you come to church and you're dressed like a, like an architect or a bank manager or a high-end businessman. I go, yeah, but you know what? This guy's got his challenges too.
Yes, right.
He's a sinner too.
Yeah.
So I've got to treat everybody with deference and with respect and understand that you don't always see everything there is to see.
Yes.
Nor do you have to. What we owe each other, and Paul brings us out in Romans, what we owe, we're indebted to each other to love each other and to treat each other with respect.
Yes, amen. From there, I would say I'm studying pastoral evangelism at Heartland, and we are focused on missions. That is our goal, is to get missionaries in the field.
Yeah.
I know that you are passionate about mission work, especially now. What do we need? Why do we need so many missionaries? Why do we need people to be missionary minded in our church?
Couple of reasons. One, because we have so few. Now, I imagine if you were to take all the missionaries and put them in a room, you'd need a rather big room. But there's 8 billion people in the world.
That's right.
You look in the 1040 window, there are places where you have basically no workers.
That's right.
And now, I know there are many church leaders doing great things to change that. But as a church in general, we just don't have enough people who are living mission-minded. Now, so I'll share this little story with you. Had a lady who was a volunteer at It Is Written.
Yes.
So she was retiree, elderly. She and her husband were moving.
Yes.
And she said, no, we're not going to move there. We need to move somewhere where there are no church members so we can witness. And you know they did. They moved to a place there were no church members and won the lady across the street and she was baptized.
Wow.
So you can be a missionary here at home. And I don't mean that I'm not going to Timbuktu. I'm just going to stay home and be a missionary.
No.
I don't mean that excuse making. I mean, go be a missionary in your neighborhood, in your community, through your church, outside of the church.
That's right.
But then there are some people who really ought not be here. They ought to be in the Middle East, North Africa, or Europe, or the South Pacific, or someplace. It's not always easy, not always easy to figure it out. There are all kinds of considerations, financial and all of that. But our God is a great God. So I just believe, Eli, there's someone listening to us right now, and the fire is burning, and they're saying, man, are they talking about me? Well, I don't know, but is God talking to you? And if he is, then you need to say to God, I'm going to go. You've got to open the door. You've got to open the door. Here's what I think. I've been in places where important people have talked about how to make pastoral work more attractive for young people. And not all of the ideas are bad. Not all of the ideas are bad. Somehow make the role easier, cancel debt and all this kind of stuff. So, okay, not all bad ideas. I don't think we need to give young people something to live for as much as I think we need to give young people something to die for. This is life and death. Do you want to make a difference in this world? Do you? Now, we need consecrated bus drivers. Right? We need consecrated school teachers. We need consecrated, construction workers.
Nurses,
got to have it. So not everybody needs to be overseas. Understand that. But if we can cast before our young people a vision where we say, you're gonna save lives, you're gonna change lives, you're gonna change the course of history for somebody. This isn't a game. It's not, I'm going to be a pastor. No, you're gonna step between that person and hell and be used by Jesus to save a life because of that restore a marriage, because of that give children a future, change history. Imagine going to some Scandinavian country where there are few church members and it's extremely secular. Then you went to university there for a year, or you worked there for 2 years, or some such thing. And you put down roots, and you met people and worked with people and labored with people who were going straight to hell. But you got there and turned them around, and now they became church planters, and they became missionaries, and they became life changers.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah.
I interviewed a great couple for our Conversations program at It Is Written. And
Great program.
they told me, I asked them about the situation. They have a ministry in the Philippines. And a nurse and a pilot and a couple of local people died when the helicopter crashed. And the young nurse, a young lady named Janelle, went to Southern Adventist University. If I'm not mistaken, I think she took a class with my son, so she was known to my son. Everyone in the community knew her, loved her, right? Just a great young lady. And her life was lost when this helicopter crashed.
Mercy.
And so I said to these guys from the ministry, from PAMAS Missions, I said, what was the fallout? What happened in the wake of that? They said, we had people from all over the world saying, we'll come and serve in her place.
Wow.
We'll come and serve in her place.
Wow.
Yeah.
Powerful.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
And then I'm speaking to a pastor here. He said in another Southeast Asian country, a young missionary lost his life. And they were inundated with inquiries from around the world. Can we come? Can we come? Can I come and serve where he died?
Yeah. Something worth dying for.
Yeah.
That's right.
And sharing the gospel is worth dying for.
Yes.
Now,
Yes,
I'm not saying we hope nobody dies for this.
of course.
But the point is, this is bigger than a career.
Yeah.
It's not a job.
Yeah.
It's a calling.
Yeah.
And we need people who want to say, I want my life to matter,
Yes.
to mean something truly in the final analysis. Here I am, send me.
Praise God. Thank you. With that, I think you've said it all. I think that's what our culture is at Heartland. That's what we're about. That's
Yep.
what we're trying to instill in our students.
That's
there.
what we want.
And that's what we're trying to do through Last Generation Magazine, is connect people that are hungry for something worth dying for, especially when we look at the world today. We see the tumultuous things that are happening in politics, domestically and abroad.
That's right.
And we want to make an impact in a way where people are going to say, I have tools that I can use to go and do a work for Christ, to go and help finish the work, and to go and help my fellow man in a time where people are confused and hurting. Pastor Bradshaw, God bless you.
Hey man, will you let me tell a story?
Oh, please.
Just this quick story.
Please.
The man happened to be a New Zealander, as it turns out, but I don't mean to brag. He went to a certain country, no point naming the country, although it's not a secret. Now, here's how I know the story so well. I was in that same spot 50 years later.
Wow.
50 years later,
Wow.
same spot. This gentleman is now passed away. He went there as a missionary, and he said, who's down in that valley? They said, don't go, there are cannibals down there.
Wow.
They'll kill you. He said, if I don't go, who'll go? So he took a Bible in one hand and his medicine bag in the other, and he went down into that valley. I think that's the way the story went. When someone in the village died, he had to sit up all night to guard the body. He said, we'll have a Christian burial. Okay. But they wanted to take the body to eat the body.
Wow.
Because it's what they did. It's what they did. The people were sick. They lived in fear. They worshipped the devil. They had enemies everywhere.
Wow.
No one had any security. I was there 50 years later. Yeah, 50 years later. In the village, they have what they call seventh-day pigs, goats, because the Adventists don't have pigs. So they're called goats, seventh-day pigs. It's what the Adventists have instead of pigs. It was beautiful. The grass was neatly cut, which is quite the thing when you have to cut the grass by hand. Safe. The people were healthy. They radiated love. I went into the church on Sunday. No door, no windows. The offering was still in the offering container. I said to my friend, what in the world? He said, no problem. Who's going to steal it?
Wow.
They'll come get it later.
Yeah.
50 years, this place was night to day. Transformed. Why? Because somebody went.
Yeah.
They'll kill you. If I don't go, who'll go?
Who will?
Yeah. And so, like I said before, not everybody, it's not life and death for everyone, but it's, you still got to go.
Yeah.
You
Wherever
still
God
gotta
is
go.
calling you,
Yeah.
that's
Gotta
where
go.
you got to go.
Anyway, that was the story.
Thank you. That was I'm excited. I'm so passionate about this. My life has been transformed, and I want to share this message with the world as well.
Amen.
And I know you feel the same way. And so thank you once again for spending this
Thanks,
time
brother.
with us. We really appreciate
Good
it.
stuff.
This was a real blessing. Can't
Yeah,
wait to
thank
see you
you.
again.
Yeah.
All right. God bless.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you enjoyed the content, you can find a lot more at our Last Generation magazine website in the QR code here. Or you can go down in the description box below and find all of our links for our merch, our books, the Last Generation magazine, and many, many other things. So please check it out, leave your comments, and we'll see you next time.